The children's show Little Bear. It is an animated TV show that premiered on Nick Jr. and it was an animated TV show with the characters in it all being animals. And the main character obviously was a bear, as well as his parents, and they're basically a bunch of animated animals in it. And once again, as I just said, it was a kids show. It first premiered in 1995. It stopped. It went off the air in 2003. Hell, I even used to watch that show when I was around. Yeah, I used to watch Little Bear when I was around 5 to 8 years old. Those are some good times. Well, good times back then. I recently decided, just recently, I'd say a couple months ago, I I decided I decided to watch the show again. Like, I decided to watch it for nostalgia reasons because I was just bored. I just wanted to feel a little bit of nostalgia. So I looked up Little Bear. I just, overall, I wanted to feel nostalgia from my childhood and, just look back on old memories and just watch it just for fun. However, when I went back onto so I looked up Little Bear. It said this 5 hour marathon. I was gonna watch the whole 5 hours, but when I first started watching the show again just recently, I I noticed I noticed something off about it. Just something didn't feel right to me. Something like, yes, I watched it as a kid and enjoyed it, but once again, I was a kid. I didn't know any better. I didn't start actually like learning stuff until I was like 14 or 15 years old. So I didn't really, know what it meant at the time, but I started watching it again when I was like 15 or 16. Once again for nostalgia reasons, because I just was really bored one day and wanted to look back on old memories. But I watched it again. I watched it again recently, and something told me that something was just off about the show. That there was something wrong, and I needed to find out what. I knew something was wrong with it, but I just I needed to figure it out eventually. So 3 weeks later, so 3 weeks after after I started watching it again, 3 weeks after, I I go back on that video again, and this time I figured it out. Then it hit me. Maybe this isn't the show that I originally thought it was when I first started watching it. Maybe it's something more dark, something, just something out of the ordinary. Maybe it's hiding a secret message right in front of our eyes that we just overlooked when we first started watching this show. Little Bear. I'm pretty sure, or actually, I'm almost positive that, well, Little Bear, or who, the creators of the show are referencing sexual activity in the show. Little Bear, yeah, the kids show Little Bear shows signs of porn. Mind blown, right? Well, yeah, porn. Now, let me explain. So I watched the show, and so basically I watched the show again. I watched the 5 hour marathon on it, and I watched it. And I'm like, no, this isn't appropriate for children. I'm like, no, this isn't appropriate for children. I need to talk about that. I need to talk about this in a future video. I'm going to expose them. So I watched the show again, and I'm like, This is not appropriate. I don't even know, who lets their little kids watch this. I need to talk about it, and I need to do it as fast as I can. But first, I had to gather the evidence I needed to actually showcase who really runs this show. So without further ado, let's get in to the unmasking of Little Bear. Hey guys, it is Randomizer, Gamer It Is, or Crazy Goober here, and today we are going to be exposing Little Bear for the show It Truly Is. So let's start at the beginning. Well, I want to start at the I want to start where I started. So when things started to fall apart for me, what was in the first few minutes I watched this show again. In that time frame is when I discovered my first piece of crucial evidence that Little Bear is inappropriate for children. And and that's when I really discovered it's overall not a great show for children. And here's my first evidence why. So like in the beginning and the end of the first episode I watched, Little Bear and his whole family say something.
Blow the man down, blow the man down, yo-ho, blow the man down, blow the man down, blow the man down.
Blow the man down is what they say. Oh, itchy eyes. Man, this happens every time. Oh, back on track. If you think this is the first time they said it, well, then take a look at that.
Oh. Blow the man down, blow the man down, yo-ho, blow the man down, blow the man down, oh, blow the man down, yo-ho, blow the man down, blow the man down, oh, blow the man down, yo-ho.
As you can see, they said it again. Yeah, and that's the second clip of them saying it. Blow the man down. Now, this phrase sounds a lot similar to the other blow but it's pretty hard. So I decided to ask other people to see what they thought of the phrase. I DM'd some personal people close to me, and I basically told them this phrase, and they were basically shocked and uncomfortable by it. They basically thought the phrase was inappropriate. Now I'm going to show y'all a screen recording of DMs that I had with my mother and grandmother, who, by the way, is a retired elementary school teacher. These are undebunkable, by the way, since they're screen recordings. And yes, as you guys saw right there, my grandma, back in the day, like before she was tired, I'm not really gonna say her age just for privacy reasons, but back in the day, like in the 1980s, or when she was like a younger adult. I mean, obviously she's my grandma now. She used to be an elementary school teacher, teaching like kids with slightly special needs, teaching some slight special needs kids. She used to teach elementary school kids, or I don't know, maybe middle school kids, but I think it was elementary school. And she's a teacher. She knows, and I'm pretty sure she taught like social skills even too. So I bet she knows what's appropriate and not appropriate for kids to say. And as you guys saw right there, a teacher just said that saying blow the man down is inappropriate, and that a kid can get in trouble for saying that. Or she said if a kid did say that in her class, then she would send them to the she just said if a kid said blow the man down in her class, she said she'd send them to the principal's office. So yeah, that's hard proof right there that those two scenes I showed you from Little Bear were inappropriate. Ba- based on what the bears said and did, and 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 I want to note this. Now I know I didn't fully play the scene, I didn't fully show what was going on in it. However, if I were to, I mean, yeah, obviously y'all would see it, but so basically, what happened in that clip, after what I just showed you, so in the first clip, after I showed you that part, past that, basically what Father Bear and Little Bear do is bathe together in the bath, and it just doesn't feel right, man. To bathe with you in the bath with your small child, that right there just shows kids that, that's basically kind of like sexually touching a child. That is showing kids that, hey, that is okay to do with people. Like it if Little Bear had a brother that was showcased in the show, and if they were bathing together, it'd be more appropriate. But with his dad in the tub, nah, mate, inappropriate. Now, if you think what I showed you so far is bad, well, it gets even worse. So I believe I found another clip that demonstrates what I am talking about so far. Yeah, yes, I'm pretty sure. I found another clip that demonstrates why this show is inappropriate and not really meant for children. Why this show really isn't what it says it is. It's not. It's not this kid-friendly show. And this next clip I'm about to show y'all, demonstrates what I mean by this show not really being for kids. So what it is, it's a scene where there's the character Duck. So there's Little Bear and Duck, and these chicks. I don't know what to call. Yeah, there are these ducklings. Then there's Duck, and then there's Little Bear. And now the clip that I'm about to show y'all. Yes, it's gonna kind of be sped up. Yes, it's gonna kind of be sped up a little bit, but pay very close attention to what Duck and even Little Bear. Just pay close attention to what both of them say in this clip. They say it a lot throughout it, by the way.
Oh no! My quack is gone!
What do you mean gone? Where did it go?
I must have lost it. Where are you, Quack? What if someone took it?
Don't worry, Duck. We'll find your quack. Come on, ducklings.
Frog, can you help me? Did you take my quack? I was trying to teach the ducklings how to quack.
But she couldn't because...
My quack is gone. Someone took my quack. Do you have my quack?
Ribbit, I do not quack.
Ribbit. Frog makes, not the sound a duck makes. Ribbit. Oh! Owl, where are you? Owl!
Ooh. Hello, Duck. Hello, Little Bear. Oh, hello, me?
I'm going to teach them how to quack today.
But someone took my quack. Do you have my quack out?
Okay, so let's talk about this. So obviously, as you heard Duck say, if you didn't catch it, I understand. I understand. Oh, well, it's easy to catch. Y'all probably think I'm gonna say that, but if you didn't catch it yet, it's fine. I'll just tell you right now. Duck was saying, "I lost my quack." That's what she was saying. And here's the thing. You might not think it's inappropriate at first. However, that quack could easily sound like the offensive C word. Like I'm not even kidding you. And especially because adults. Now, I have parents. My parents are grown up. So I actually know what it's like. Because I've said things before that were completely different from what they heard them as. So if a kid said, like, if a little kid repeated what Duck said, I lost my quack, an adult could easily mistake the quack to be another word that's offensive. So that's wrong. And also, I understand if you want to say if Duck if I understand. Oh, yeah, Duck stopped quacking. So obviously, of course she said that. However, I have a question. Now, I bet, like, honestly, I'm almost like 99% positive that there's someone at the Nickelodeon writing team that writes these, like, storylines for each of the episodes. The person that's writing these scripts for Little Bear, that they would probably, at least one of the guys working on that team would know why the parents would be upset about that. Why the parents would be upset about, I lost my quack. The thing that Duck said that could be taken the wrong way. And, I bet, some guy knows that can be wrong to people or offensive to people. So, why didn't he think of an alternative saying? Why did whoever wrote the script for Duck not think of another line? Like, for example, why am I not quacking for some reason? Or I forgot how to quack. Or just and anything other, like for example, I can't seem to do it anymore. I don't know why. Just something other than I lost my quack. Like, why didn't he go for those options instead? Well, let's think here. So I mean, they just forgot. Totally. They totally just forgot. You know, maybe it's that. Or maybe it's because someone at the writing team, or even the creator of the show itself, has a twisted mind and doesn't really, and there's just something not really wired correctly, or maybe there's something not wired correctly in the guys that work on the show Little Bear, and they don't really care about the repercussions of their actions or who they hurt along the way. That so yeah. Overall, this is just really vile of them, in my opinion, at least. But yeah, they just really don't care. They don't care about their actions, or really, honestly, they don't really care about the age of their audience. They just, they seem to sexualize characters in the show, anyways, and it's just, and it keeps getting worse and worse and just goes downhill from here. Man, this show really took a fall from grace for me when I found all this stuff out about the show in general and what it's really like. So for my last and final piece of evidence for why this show uses sexual references, I'm going to be showing text on the screen. So just overall, guys, be prepared to read something like right now, or yeah, just be prepared to read something right now on the screen right this second. Now, I understand that they're bears. Let's just get that out of the way completely. I completely and totally understand that they're bears, and that's the way they live. They're and they're animals. They have fur, but like, here's the thing. This is a cartoon, yeah, this is an animated kids show. It's a quote unquote kids show. It's not really. You guys watched this video so far. Hopefully up to this point. Now you understand it's not really a kids show. Based on what you've seen so far, this is a kids show. You gotta represent good image, and so you can't really presenting nudity in a kids show, like people with no clothes on. Like if you were to turn Little Bear into a human, if Little Bear were a human, he would be butt ass naked. Yes, in a cartoon. He's almost like that in this cartoon. It doesn't really follow real life. This is supposed to follow real life. Well, kind of. I mean, yes, the characters are animals, but so so overall you can't present nudity in a kids show. It's just not acceptable to me or any parent of that matter. I'm honestly wondering how they're feeling, and also, if little, why is Mother Bear and Father Bear always like almost all the time always wearing clothing, but not Little Bear? Why is he the only one out of this whole bear family that's naked all the time? You got to wonder there what the creators' intentions are for this show, how they're promoting it to the people that they're trying to promote it to. Once again, their audience demographic, it is very young. Some are probably like some kids that like a lot of kids that watch this show are probably 3 to 4 years old. So they're gonna learn. They're basically learning that, hey, when I become a parent, my child being naked is not a problem. That's what they're learning that's what they're secretly learning from this show, and that's what I really want to try and get at. An example of a kids show that's actually appropriate. And is able to appeal to a younger demographic without being secretly dark. Or if there is some type of conspiracy theory behind it, it's not really shown to the kids. They're learning stuff. And here's an example. Pocoyo. They don't show any nudity in the show. It is a kid show like Little Bear, like Pocoyo is the same type of Pocoyo's in the same category as Little Bear. That they both stream or have streamed on Nick Jr. and they both appeal to a younger. Both of these shows appeal to a younger audience, but Pocoyo comes out on top. The main character is always presented appropriately. He's never undressed. He never looks atomically weird, not so weird that it may be inappropriate to kids. He always looks consistent, looks sharp. Now bears, yes, they do have the structure. They do have the body structure of humans. So if Little Bear is presented in a certain way that's very, very weird and creepy, it could throw kids off a lot because they're very impressionable. You're very impressionable at that young age. So it's important to, honestly, overall, it's important to look good in the show. Another example, Yo Gabba Gabba. Yo Gabba Gabba, the characters look, from what I've seen, the show looks fine. It looks appropriate for all ages. There's nothing off about it. There's nothing creepy. There's nothing hittingly creepy. It's made a lot of people's childhoods, and it doesn't really come off as creepy, and it might actually teach you something. SpongeBob. SpongeBob seasons 1 through 7, those seasons, those seasons were they appealed to a decent amount of people, a decent amount of kids and preteens. That show can appeal to a very young audience very well. All the characters in SpongeBob are rarely ever portrayed as nude or super weird or like creepy. Like the show, it can appeal like to as I just said, it can appeal to a very very young audience very well. It could do it like it could appeal to a very young demographic of people really pretty well. Like once again, as I just said, the characters are rarely ever portrayed as nude in that show, and if they are, it's mostly as a joke, or if an accident happens, it's not really all the time. It's not an often thing. And most importantly, they're not trying to promote sexual activity, unlike the show Little Bear has been doing as I explained throughout this entire video. In conclusion, as we close out this video, Little Bear is not really a good show anymore. From everything I talked about, slash the points I made in this video, you should now see why this show may not be healthy for A, either your younger sibling, or B, your young son or daughter. Other shows I just mentioned, like for example, Yo Gabba Gabba, Pocoyo, and SpongeBob SquarePants, are overall much better. They do it much better for kids, man. Kids, when watching all three of those shows, can get more value out of them, and they can obtain more value out of watching those shows than they can watching Little Bear. Little Bear does not really help with the child with someone's childhood at all. It doesn't help with the kids learning, and honestly, it's just really inappropriate. Overall, as I talked about in this video, honestly, when I was a younger kid, I didn't really know any better, and when I watched this show, I used to actually like it, but nowadays, I find the show itself, Little Bear, and the people behind it to just be huge troglodytes. They're overall really big troglodytes, and I really don't like them. And I'm personally not okay with them anymore. Anyways, guys, dude, man, this video took a really long time for me to make, so hit like if you enjoyed. Once again, this took me a really long time to make, like y'all don't understand. But anyways, yeah, see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.